Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a certified personal trainer and life coach. You might not know that based on how frequently I put out content. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, or 18. So that's what this video is about. And honestly, it's going to be unprompted, unscripted, and this is also a video I never thought I would make. Previously in my life, I insisted on keeping almost every aspect separate. Apparently that's just what made me more comfortable and able to move through my life a little easier. And I've realized recently that I might actually be doing myself a significant disservice by doing that, and especially when it comes to my approach to training and life coaching. So that's kind of what this video is about. I want to make sure that I'm providing the appropriate amount of context, truthfulness, transparency, just so that the message I feel I need to impart to whoever wants to take the time and listen to it. Because believe me, the reason why I haven't been doing videos is because it's an overwhelming sense of depression, but also imposter syndrome. And those things two combined are really difficult to overcome by yourself, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But anyway, so the point of this video is so that I can be completely transparent, and therefore that means I am officially... This is my coming out video. I don't think I've ever really considered myself as like in the closet, but this is definitely not something that I've had a conversation with pretty much most people. There are a handful who know certain aspects and another handful who know other aspects. And so this is just me putting it out on the internet, coming out to YouTube before even most of my family, and saying that I am a something. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Okay, so this video is for me to actively say out loud that I am a sex-averse, pansexual, non-binary person. Right? I'm not forgetting anything in there, right? Many of you may be like, what? That makes no sense. And that's because I'm actually a fairly private person. I actually had this conversation with one of my good friends the other day, and we were saying, I like to say I'm an open book, but it's actually more like I'm an open book for certain parts of that information about myself, and then other things are just absolutely none of your business. To be perfectly honest, I thought I was never going to come out because it just didn't seem relevant. I've only dated cisgender heterosexual men, so you can see how my sexuality wouldn't become a topic of conversation, nor would my gender identity, because for the most part, dating cisgender men, I just naturally fill the role of a feminine counterpart, which is actually part of how this has really come about. The whole gender identity questioning thing happened, you know, well after my last relationship ended. We're coming up on 2 years since the breakup, so it's not like that's a surprise, really, but and honestly, anybody who's known me most of my life, I really feel like this shouldn't be a surprise. But I also feel like a lot of those people felt like what I was doing in my adolescence in terms of being kind of androgynous, masculine presenting, despite being a biological female, I think they just thought that was a phase. And I think I kind of reinforced that idea by becoming a pretty hyper femme person out of high school into college, when I realized, oh, I'm attracted to men and therefore I need to exemplify all these characteristics that they look for. I'm starting to get into like the nitty gritty. This is not what this video is for. The video is just simply to like point out, this is me. So ultimately, this video is purely for the sake of future content because I don't want it to seem like I am a cisgender heterosexual woman touching on subjects that are specific to gender identity or sexual orientation or how those things can impact someone's mental health. And not to say that that experience isn't going to contribute in some way. I have lived most of my life as a cisgender heterosexual woman. I mean, hetero passing, let's be honest. But like, for future videos, I just want it to be clear that I do have a specific gender identity, a specific sexual orientation, and an additional qualifier of sex adverse, which is fun, let me tell you. I don't want to try to put forth content and skirt the issue of I don't really want to address definitively gender or sexual orientation when those things are going to be an intersectional factor into a lot of what I want to talk about in the future. So here I am, bearing my soul to the internet and not my family. There are reasons for that. That being said, I know that I'm treading very dangerous territory by putting this on a public account on the internet where anybody can see it and not telling my family. We've gone through this song and dance with my brother and his husband in the last couple of years. So you would think that I'd want to like say something before I put this video out. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. So if anybody knows my parents, if you don't do it for me, do it for Slowpoke. He wants you to keep secrets that aren't really secrets anymore to yourself. And God bless. I would say that I put out videos whenever, but we know that that's not true. And I'm not about to lie to you on a video about transparency and honesty. So just stay tuned. You might see more cuteness like this for the next couple weeks while they're growing up and getting big enough for adoption.